The execution of Tsar Nicholas II was sloppy, messy, and unorganized, not reflecting the importance of such a moment. A quick moment that has ended a long reign of a monarchy. But something went wrong and out of way from what was originally intended by Yakov Yurovsky, who orchestrated this event from start to finish. But what went wrong, and how did he react? Yakov Yurovsky, an enigmatic figure who held the roles of both commander and chief executioner of the Romanovs, has taken the control of one of the most unforgettable nights in history. We are talking here about cold-blooded murder, execution, assassination, whatever you want to call it, of the Tsar, his wife, 5 children, and their devoted servants. Yakov Yurovsky was appointed as a commandant of the Ipatiev house, the Romanovs' place of captivity, and when the awaited orders arrived, an atmosphere of foreboding enveloped the night. In the middle of the night, he woke everyone up and told them that they just need to move to another safer place because it's getting too dangerous in the city, and he told them not to bring anything else with them. Yakov has given certain and specific instructions about how this will go down. Every man was assigned a member of the family to shoot, so the process won't take time and it won't be messy. But this wasn't the case. Things got ugly. When they were brought down to the basement, the Romanovs were in total confusion. Even Alexandra Fyodorovna was surprised that there were no chairs in the room and asked for one, and Yakov provided it. He then turned to the Tsar and explained that some supporters of him inside and outside the country are trying hard to free him. And that's why the Soviet of Workers' Deputies, which is like a city council, has come to the conclusion that the execution of him and his family is the ultimatum. The shocked Nicholas replied, "What?" And that was his last word. Yakov didn't want to be dragged in an unnecessary conversation. He immediately shot Nicholas, followed by the rest of his team shooting the rest of the family. Nicholas fell dead instantly, and bullets started traveling from one side to the other, ruthlessly invading the bodies of the Romanovs. And during the crying and screaming, it was difficult to determine whether they are dead or alive. Anyone would expect them to be dead. After 2 to 3 minutes of continuous shooting, Yakov stopped it and observed the bodies on the floor. And he realized, not all of them are dead. It didn't go as quick and organized as he intended. Alexandra Feodorovna, Demidova, and Alexei were still alive, but how? Yakov then ordered his men to shoot where the blood is pumped, straight at the heart, to avoid any sort of messiness and to end this long-lasting process. But again, they were not dead.
Oh.
He figured that they had bodices, which is a piece of clothing, in a different style to cover from the torso to the neck. Those were covered with a bunch of precious stones and diamonds to act as an armor in case something happens. Yakov figured this out when he was in the process of disposing the bodies. He didn't know at the time of the execution. To end this, he ordered his men to shoot them in the head. No armor, no confusion, no chance to live after that. And that's when everybody died, in one of the most brutal, inhumane executions ever made in history. Anastasia Romanov's mystery intrigues us still. Did her story truly end that night, or does a puzzle remain, waiting to be solved? In the end, the gruesome execution of Tsar Nicholas II and his family stands as a stark symbol of the chaotic and violent changes brought by the Bolshevik Revolution. This tragic event reflects the turmoil that swept through Russia during that time of immense transformation. While the revolution aimed for fairness and justice, the brutal manner in which the Romanovs met their end exposes the harsh reality of those ideals. The revolution's goal of equality clashes with the brutal means employed, highlighting the complexities of history. This dark episode serves as a stark reminder of how revolutions can sometimes lose sight of their original aspirations, a sobering lesson from the past that urges us to consider the human cost of pursuing radical change. In contemplating this haunting history, we're compelled to ask, can true progress ever be achieved without compassion and humanity at its core?